I let him go on his spiel. I let him fluff up and say, oh yeah, we weighted that much higher and prioritized it right up there. I said, that's awesome. I said, you know, you folks here at the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission, you get how many millions of dollars and to do such great things, and where's the data layer for growth? You're a big, huge, multi-million-dollar planning agency. Regional, 43 towns. You're influencing 43 towns. Where's your plan for growth? I saw your targets. These are the active ones that you need to regulate further. Where's the growth? Where's your data layer for that? You must be able to I know I can sit down on a computer and find prime agricultural soils, or secondary agricultural soils, or niche markets. Well, all of a sudden you'd think the guy really liked his shoes because he didn't want to look me in the eye. Had to ask him 3 times. And I finally said, I'm not leaving this conversation until you tell me where this data layer is. And he says there is none. So they don't have a plan to expand agriculture. A multi-million-dollar regional planning commission would have a plan. If they got a target, they got a plan. So if it's not a plan for growth, what is it they got a plan for? They've targeted them, I know that. Something's wrong. Well, they rolled out some maps. They always got, you know, all kinds of shiny things and colored this and that to, you know, get you preoccupied. These 3 maps were of priority development, which is all those areas they're concerned might experience growth or revitalization as the economy turns. Priority renewable energy. There's a map where every mountaintop and every piece of running water was targeted. And priority protection, all those habitats and endangered species and things like that that we need to be concerned with. After I picked myself up off the floor, I realized what happened about 7 or 8 years ago. See, some grants came through the area saying, hey, check this out. GIS software, you can get GIS 9 for $400. This usually costs $4,000 to $5,000. You can't pass this up. So the regional planners said, oh, we'll do the paperwork. We'll help you. You won't have to do nothing. We got a template. They love templates. Put your name on it, and we'll get you hooked right up. And those towns that did, we did. And because at the time I was very interested myself in learning to use that software locally in my office for my people in town. But I didn't start providing them with information like many did, because it didn't take long. Once everyone got their grants, got their software, got it installed, got their super security code, and got logged in, we started getting memos saying, hey, you might be interested in some vernal pools over here. Hey, you might be interested in mapping some of this and some of that. Well, those draft maps that they put up in front, it was like soldiers in a battlefield calling in airstrikes. There was no due process. There was no ground truthing of anything. People looked at maps. I go to these other regional meetings. I went to one in Sturbridge. And they give you a survey that you can't possibly answer correctly without supporting one of the things. Like if you said a question could be, of these 10 green principles, what are your top 3? And you pick your 3. And then their draft comes out and says, hey, the town of Ware agrees that these 3 things are the most important. Well, it's all their things anyways. So you can't answer the surveys right. Of course, they have big flowery statements on what sustainability is. And these cool little stickers. We sit down on a map. They have tables around. These are visioning and consensus sessions. And they were saying, you know, you look like you're a hunter. You see any areas here not protected for hunting? Boom, there goes your sticker. You know, if you look like you like to hike. You got any trails here or old railroads you like to protect? And they put their stickers on. People, a room full of people, put their stickers on this map. The regional planners go back to their office. They turn those dots into really cool, colorful, new, updated maps. This is what the people wanted. Well, they're fishing for stakeholders. Remember in this here, one of the things they want to do is identify stakeholders for other interested blah, blah, blah. A stakeholder is someone who is appointed on behalf of many other people to speak for them. Okay, a stakeholder for your preservation needs for your particular town could be the director of a land trust. In my town, actually the woman who got me involved in conservation is a 14-year veteran of the Conservation Commission. She ended up being the vice president, current president, but formally, when this all blew up, she was the vice president of the East Quabbin Land Trust. She was the author of our first open space plan, which named the East Quabbin Land Trust as one of his primary preservation partners in town. This same woman, while I was chairman of the Conservation Commission, got up from my side, walked around the table, and tried to pitch a plan to me on behalf of the East Quabbin Land Trust. And then thought she was going to walk around the table and sit next to me again and vote. Obviously, I'm opinionated just enough to object to that, because that's a direct violation of open meeting law. She and her husband called me every name in the book. There was a big ordeal. I almost had to call the cops to have her dragged out.